So, you're over 50 and you're up wondering. You're heading towards retirement, and there seems to be a problem with your retirement plan. Hi, my name is Nigel, a former educator turned entrepreneur, and in this video I wanted to be able to help you with just one thing. In the past 7 years, I've had to start over from zero after a career as a school teacher, building a company as an education instructor, and then losing everything. If you've experienced anything like this, whether it's betrayal by a business partner, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a termination, whether it's a career change, whether it's a difficult diagnosis, this video is for you. I know most people think to themselves, I've done the responsible thing. For the past 30 years, you've been a responsible adult. You've raised your kids, you've paid your bill, you took care of the house, you buy food, you work, but something happened. I don't know what is that something, but now you're over 50. I'm 52. And a few years ago, I found myself at a crossroad. After a career as a school teacher, I left. I opened up a tutoring company where I help students get into college. I did that for 10 years, helping more than 1,000 households, sitting with more than 1,000 families, speaking, enrolling, and helping their kids. After a client betrayed me and defrauded me of tens of thousands of dollars, I found myself at a difficult point. I lost where I lived. I lost the office where I operated. My son was forced out of college. It was devastated. I'm not using this video to wallow. I'm not wallowing in self-pity. I've been through that a while ago. I'm on the other side. I'm here because in the last 7 years, we've done a little more than $5 million in a brand new company that I've been able to build. And what I want to talk to you about is how you can generate income after 50. I'm not going to tell you about get rich quick. I'm not going to tell you that there's $1 million for you. I'm not going to tell you that you can easily make it. I don't know you. I want to help you. I want to tell you what I did. When I was sitting in my van at 3 o'clock in the morning, knowing it's about to be repossessed, knowing all the money that we had put into the company and all the money that parents had paid, someone had run off with all of it. I sat there with $147 in my bank account. I had owed more than $5,000 in bills. I was told I have to move out of the house. I was told that I had to do this. At that moment, I could have sat down and properly do what I was doing before and sell. Parents were calling me. But mentally, I was in a state of depression. I stood there wallowing. I don't know what's your state right now. But if you're wondering, what could I do? I want to help you. Because you've done the right thing. You've been the adult. For the last 30 plus years, you've been an adult. Whether you've experienced a life setback, whether you've experienced an emergency, whether you've experienced a grim diagnosis, whether you just wake up and find yourself replaced by AI, what's the one skill that you know you can save? Whether it's a skill you use at church, whether it's a skill you use with your friends, what's the thing that your friends and your family ask you for help with? You're good at cooking. You're good at meal prep. You're good at workouts. You're good at anything. I want to help you to realize that identifying a single pain is something that can help you. Let's break it all down. I'm going to give you a little background about me. I'm not going to talk about my restoration work. I'm not going to talk about myself as a school teacher. When I was in college at about age 18, 19, I went back home and I went to an agency and asked them for a job for this summer. And the owner said to me, "We don't have any jobs." He said, "I have a contract to sell yellow page advertisement. If you could go out and generate for yourself a client base, you could take 30% of the commission." That year, I went out and I sold yellow pages to 32 businesses. I didn't know where to start. I called around some friends and family and they told me about somebody who owns a business. I went to that business. I sold my first one. At the end of that, I talked to that businessman and I asked him, "Do you know any friend of yours who would be interested?" I sold my second one. He had sent me to 3 people. Of the 3, 1 bought. And I went on the same journey. "Do you know anybody who could help me? I'm trying to pay my tuition at college." People always want to help somebody who's ambitious and looking for help. In the past 17 years of owning a business, whether it was the tutoring company or the restoration company, I've been doing just one thing: sitting in front of an individual, presenting a solution to their problem, and they pay me for it. I've done that every single month. Why I'm sharing that with you? Because I want you to know the solution to somebody's problem you might have, you might be. This very series that you're looking at here would not have been possible had it not been for an accountant friend of mine who was recently diagnosed and who's called me and said, "Nigel, how did you get your life back?" And I told her, I said, "I just did this. And I didn't know it was something people were interested in. Honestly, in my mind, I was just being responsible for me, my wife, and my kids. It might have been in my head very selfish. But now I'm realizing other people are interested in learning about this. I didn't know. I just choose today, instead of sitting in the office in my basement and record, I came out to the park. I sit out here and I said, if I can shoot just a couple videos, sharing with people just one way of identifying a single thing. Now, the next part of this video, I want to give you an activity. This activity is called problem identification. I want you to listen to that carefully. Identifying a problem that a person has is not something that you want to teach. It's something somebody is dealing with. Let me give you some context. I'm in the middle of dental treatment right now. I'm doing some dental work. I'm doing some XYZ. And when I go to the dentist and I have to do my blood and I have to do my the treatment, etc., they're not there because they want to serve clients. They're there because somebody has a dental infection. They're there because somebody needs to replace some cavity. They're there because somebody needed to be able to get a root canal. They're there because somebody didn't sleep last night because they had a toothache. You see how that is different? That's the pain the customer is experiencing. Customers buy solutions to pain. Your job is to sit down and name 5 pains you could provide a solution for. You're over age 50. You're now thinking, one problem I can provide a solution to Harry. Whether it's your mother, whether it's your brother, whether it's your auntie, whether it's your stepfather, your stepmother, your child mother, your baby. I don't know your situation, but one problem you could provide a solution for. I don't want you to think it from the I can do. If you think it from I can do, you could name 20 things you could do. You might be an accountant. Let's use my friend who's an accountant. She's an accountant. She can do QuickBooks. She could do Excel. She could do all of that. But if I call her right now and I said, my taxes are due on Friday, specific. My taxes are due on Friday. Let's say I got a letter from the IRS. She's a CPA. And I call her and I said, can you help me figure out this problem that the IRS needed a solution for? Very specific. It's not she's an accountant, I can offer accounting services. If you go there, nobody's going to buy. You wanted to develop an income. An income is for a specific pain. So you're drilling deep. Go back to when I was selling tutoring. I am serving tutoring to anybody. I'm a school teacher. I no longer teach. I open a tutoring company. I want to serve families. Nobody's coming. My child is struggling in grade 3 with basic equation. I help a 3rd grader, basic equation in grade 3. My child is preparing to go into a magnet program and needed to master the test. I help a child master the ISEE, which is a test for a middle school magnet program. I help children with the HSPT, that's a high school placement test. I don't know what's the meaning of the I. I think it's independent high school placement test. I don't know. I know it's accepted by Catholic schools like DeMato and Gonzaga and Bullis and some of the other high-end schools. They take the test. When you're going into college, and I'm helping students who are getting into college, I'm not saying I help students to get into college. That's anybody. I can help you to raise your SAT prep score by 300 and get into the school of your choice. Specific. That's the problem. If they got 1100 on the last SAT and they need to raise the score by 300 points, I can help with that. 11 plus 3 is 1400. They can get a full scholarship. Hearing you can raise your score by 300 and get a full scholarship, that's a desire. A parent who knows it's $100,000 is going to pay you $5,000. It's specific. If you're over 55 and you can do one thing for one person and then do the same thing again for 100 more, you can help yourself. You could change your life. And these years can be the best years of your life. You can make more money in retirement. You notice I didn't tell you nothing about I'm going to teach you how to make money, because I don't want to teach you how to make money. I want to help you to identify a single problem you can serve and then do that to more than one. It's nice and windy out here. I'm self-employed. So I choose what I do. Today we have about 4 projects running around. I have staff at different locations. And I'm able to sit down here and just help you. If this video answers just that one question of that one problem for that one person that you can serve, I would have achieved one goal. I can make it far more narrow. If you're a mother of children under age 5 who are dealing with special needs, you hear how narrow I gone? Mother, children under age 5, children with special needs. If I was doing that and sell a health insurance or a life insurance policy, I don't sell insurance, but I'm just telling you how nano you can go. I worked with an insurance agent recently who wanted to know how he could help other agents because his ideal client is that person. You might have done all your career as a life insurance agent. You can serve that person too. It's narrow. It's a single problem for a single person providing a specific solution. My job is to help you identify and uncover just that one solution that you can provide. Not 10, not 20, not 30. I don't want you to think of being a specialist, you know, I'm now heading towards retirement, I'm going to do this and this and this. No, it's going to be difficult. I own and run an emergency service that responds in 90 minutes to a family. See how specific? Emergency service. In 90 minutes to a family. I get calls from companies who are corporate. I get calls from agencies. I get calls from institutions. All of that. That's true. I'm sharing with you the ideal client that you're going to help is a single person with a single pain around a specific problem. Helping them is what you can do. Look, you're over age 50. You've been through worse than this. I want to help you to make these years admirable for you. Okay? If this video has helped you in any way, like it, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what else you needed help with. There might be below this video a workbook, a worksheet, a masterclass, a quiz. I can do all of that. But I wanted to help just one person. If that is you, I would have done my job. All right? See you in the next video.